Okay, the live stream is started. So I guess we'll get our attorney when our attorney shows up. Would you like to call the meeting to order?
We can start anytime.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
Anita, ready? Okay. So,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if you call the meeting to order, we'll do a roll call.
All right, we're going to call the meeting to order. We have a quorum, I see.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay, I can read it.
we're
Please.
going to start off with the flag salute. That's what I have.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Greg, you want to start off? Are you on mute? No.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag.
To the flag of the United States of America.
To the republic.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's Sean.
There he is. Hey, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, everybody.
Just in time for roll call. Anita?
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with the provisions of the Senator Byron M. Public Meetings Act by notice published in both the Asbury Park Press, North Star Ledger, and filed with Lakewood Township Municipal Clerk. And we can't post on the public bulletin board because we can't go into the municipal building. So I'd like to do a roll call for attendance. Mr. Calabro, Mr. Flansbaum,
Here.
Mr. Halverson,
Here.
Mr. Katz, Mr. Schuster,
Here.
Mr. Stafford Smith,
Here.
Mr. Kirschner.
He's
I
here.
know he's there.
Space bar. Okay. Okay, minutes. The minutes were distributed. Did everybody have a chance to take a look at it? If we could get a motion on the minutes.
Steve, do you want to do both sets, the 9th of September and October as well?
Anita? Did we have, what did we distribute? Only October, right? Just October.
Okay. I'll make the motion. We accept the October minutes.
Second.
Eddie Schuster on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Just raise your hands, I think. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Anita, you want to give a quick rundown?
The statement of accounts. I find that we have some cleaning up to do because of our transition with credit card processing, which is new to us and all that. So I am in the process of cleaning it all up. So I'm going to call this a draft. It will be cleaned up because it's just numbers. So our statement of accounts has been updated. I have to get some interest numbers from statements that I have did not receive, but I will get. And I'm just looking for, and
we're also, if I may, we're also working with the bank on getting all of these accounts hooked into our online banking, because some are hooked in, some are not hooked in, and once we have everything together, it'll be a lot cleaner and easier just to manage the flow of monies. The one other thing that's on that statement of accounts, that we're going to keep it on there until it's formally closed out, but we're still holding some money from the sale to the Schwartzblatt people for that new building at the right on the top of the Parkway. So there's $65,000 still in there that's being held in our attorney's trust account, but I believe that we accepted the submission by the buyer for the expenses that they incurred in developing the road. All of that was part of the obligation that we had in acquiring that easement from Lightstone, who owns the old Jessel building. So that $65,000 will be released to the purchaser. So that's really, it's there in holding, but it's not really there.
I'll make a motion that we accept Anita's draft of the statement of the accounts.
Second.
Okay. So that one, again, I think we can just do a voice vote on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Aye. Okay. Now the bill list. So the bill list is, and here again is something where eventually we're going to split it out so that everything is isolated and individualized, both the airport, the Strand, etc. Anita, anything unusual in the? There's some expense there with regards to the airport for Acer trailer. We had an opportunity to actually take a trailer that was military surplus and had been sitting at the town's yard, was not being used, and we were able to bring it over, and we're going to use it for expanded activities at the airport, including creating a testing center and maybe to house a simulator if we can get a decent deal on that. So we're working on additional attraction points and revenue producers there, and that expense was related to moving it and setting it in place.
Also, we have the BP Print Group. We purchased promotional items. We had Lakewood Airport branded. I think I sent you the draft of the logo. We have ordered pens. We have ordered certain things as when you go to a meeting with someone, we'll be happy to provide you with some promotional items, but we ordered promotional items for Lakewood Airport and Lakewood Industrial Commission.
Yeah. Okay. That most everything is regular contractual expenses, but if there are any questions on any specific ones, we can answer that.
I'll move to accept the bill list.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Schuster on the second. Anita, roll call, please.
Mr. Flansbaum.
Yes.
Mr. Halverson.
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Katz.
Aye.
Mr. Katz.
Yes.
Mr. Schuster.
Yes.
Mr. Stafford Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Kirschner.
Yeah, he's still not unmuted. So let me see. Bob, just hold down the space bar. There you go.
You except for item 3967, which I'll abstain on.
Okay, thank you. All right, thanks, Anita. The budget to actual report, again, right now with because of the COVID and a number of projects just kind of not happening yet, it's really informational, but it'll be more significant next year when hopefully we've got a number of things going. So we're hoping to have the park and ride activity up and going soon. If we can get a little bit of cooperation from some other government entities, we hope to restart our sign project and get some movement on that as well. And also start to revisit some of the county cooperation on Schedule C for some more road activities. So for right now, it's informational, but it'll be richer and more relevant in the coming months. Okay, Executive Director's report. So first, most of what I have is in closed session. So we did have the JBiz Expo out at the Blue Claw Stadium the other day. It was nice. It was nice to see the building in good shape. The grass was cut really nicely. Joe Vicari says he cuts it really tight, so we can get him out here to do some of that. And it's nice to see a lot of business people out engaging. We are seeing the local economy really picking up a lot. And with all that activity with networking, and hopefully that'll generate business growth and job creation to kind of help us along in our mission. I did want to ask Sean Keane, our attorney, to address. We have one resolution on, which is for a change in procedures regarding our meetings, and that has been adopted townwide. And is kind of the new normal going forward until we get back into regular live meetings. So, Sean, if you would, maybe you can address some of that.
Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. September 24th, New Jersey Division of Local Government Services issued a circular under the PCA that applies to all entities that are subject to the Open Public Meetings Act. So that would be the Lakewood governing body, that would be the LIC, the LDC, any entity that is subject to the Open Public Meetings Act. And the subject matter of this circular was that I have to do a better job of including the public and giving the public the opportunity to public comment and to participate in the meeting. And the first thing we have to do now when we start our meetings from this virtual reality that we're in is we have to check with our IT, which I guess should be Steve, to make sure that the public is able to access our meeting when we start the meeting. And if for some reason there's any kind of a technical difficulty and we can't establish that, then we can go on forward and have the meeting. So we have to make sure that it's properly working. We also have to give the public the opportunity to email or send in by snail mail, US mail, comments that they would like the executive director to read in record comment portion of the meeting. And then finally, perhaps most importantly, we have a 3-minute per public member. Anybody that wants to comment can speak for 3 minutes, and the attorney will keep track of the time and will notify that member of the public when they are 1 minute from the end of their 3-minute period. And it's not meant to be a question and answer session. It's just for members of the public to speak for up to 3 minutes. It doesn't require members of the LIC to engage with them. And then finally, with regard to this new protocol, there's a mechanism for the executive director to mute anybody who's being unruly. And you can mute them, give them a warning, and then say that they don't basically shape up and be more polite. They're going to just be muted and they won't be invited to participate in the meeting. So it kind of covers everything, and it's the new normal. Hopefully we'll get away from this and we'll be back live in short time. But until that time, we have to comply with the new edict. And that is what the subject matter of the resolution is that's on your consent agenda today. If anybody has any questions, I'm glad to address it.
I mean, just one comment on it, and I think we've briefed everybody ahead of time on this, but the one other change is that where we used to stop our stream for executive session, now we will go into something called breakout sessions, and that breakout session is essentially just like a side room that's being created, so it will be private, and again, I'll just alert everyone that when we take the vote to go to executive session and Anita reads the notice into the record, you'll then either be automatically shifted into that room or just pay attention on your screen. It might pop up an invitation to join the breakout session, and you'll need to click that to join the breakout session. Otherwise, you'll find yourself alone in the meeting. Okay, thank you, Sean. And correspondence. So in your packets, you have correspondence related to the 2 new buildings put up by Sudler. They are at Tobin and Oak Street, and they had applied once and they had to reapply because of the way that their property also includes some farmland assessment, tax technicalities. But basically, the portion that they're putting on the tax roll has to come off of the farmland assessment and come into regular tax treatment. And so this is the time where they come in for their tax abatements. It's long been our practice to grant these 5-year tax abatements. Obviously, that happens at the township committee level, but we weigh in on the application by any applicant. So we have sent our recommendation. Obviously, it's good. It increases the available industrial space in Lakewood, and it really gives us, having new product in the market is always good because it entices new users. Interestingly, Sudler's at 100% occupancy now, so really That's great. This is, we've really been riding the crest of a wave, despite all the difficulties in the market. Our industrial park is really thriving tremendously. So, not the only one. Industrial space across the state is doing well. Okay. Any questions on that? No? Good. There's no old business. On new business, we have distributed a proposed meeting schedule. If nobody has objection to that, Anita, do we usually adopt that by resolution?
I don't think we need a resolution to do
Yeah.
it, but it is then advertised in the legal advertisements for the public, for the schedule.
Yeah, so we're just, if everybody would look at that and see if you don't anticipate any specific conflicts or if there's something that we missed. We checked it against all the holidays, I think, and it appears to work. But if anybody has any input on that, please give it to us. Otherwise, we will be publishing that as our proposed schedule of meetings. We'll always have the flexibility if something comes up to make adjustments, but that is the plan for 2021. On committee reports, did we have any site review, Justin, or was that prior to last meeting? Or Greg? I know there were some plans that we had sent comments on, but I'm not sure if it was prior to last meeting.
Yes, it was on Oberlin Avenue. It was for a new 40,000 square foot warehouse.
Yeah.
I took no exception to that project. I thought it was a good investment in their space.
Yeah. And I guess committees will, there's no real great, the Strand Subcommittee, Tommy's not here, but I will tell you that the Strand right now is basically in suspended motion right now, as certainly the theater activities are very, very small, if any, throughout the state. Broadway is closed through May or June of 2021. And so it's really difficult. Those promoters who've been putting on shows at the Strand are basically a month or two ahead of time. They're canceling the shows that are coming up and seeing what we can do to make the space available together with the Strand Ventures, the operator of the Strand. We're seeing what we can do to help them make the space available even to smaller groups. So if they can't fill it 1,000 seats, but maybe they can put 100 or 150 in there in compliance with the state guidelines. So we're working on that. Nothing else on that. Do we have our PR person available? Fran? Does Fran have Fran? You have to touch the space bar.
I just completed a press release about the middle school students had a dress down day and donated $280 to the Strand Theater, which was amazing. For dressing down, they each paid a $1 fine. And for some of those kids, that's a lot of money. I'm writing an article right now. Ray, I guess Coles is sponsoring a Christmas Carol, which will be streamed for those who want to get or do have Vimeo. And I think that's anything. That's the latest. Anything else you can think of?
No, we're looking forward to getting back into the regular string. At the Business Expo, I was talking to a number of business owners.
Oh,
can
yeah,
let go of that
of
space
press
bar.
on that.
Yeah, so we did do a lot of press on that, and we will look to restart our newsletters, and so we'll be doing spotlights on a number of businesses.
Okay, great. That sounds fabulous. I know Andre Jacomets was there and took a lot of pictures, and I'll send you the links. Yeah, so you can see them online.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay. comments from the public? There's no public here, and we did not receive anything in the email. Under our new guidelines, we actually asked that they be pre-submitted so that we can build it into our system. Previously, we were checking the email as we went through the meeting, but under the new guidelines, they submit either by snail mail or by email prior to the meeting. We did not receive anything, so that's good. Okay, so let's do the resolution if we may. The consent agenda contains that one resolution which adopts these new meeting guidelines in keeping with the DCA regulations.
I'll make the motion to adopt the resolution along with the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay. Do we have to roll call that, Sean, or can we just do an all in favor?
It should be a roll call.
Roll call, please. You have to take off the mute.
Mr. Flansbrough,
Yes.
Mr. Halverson,
Yes.
Mr. Katz,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Stafford Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Kirschner.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we do have a number of items for closed session, so I would ask somebody to make a motion to go to closed session.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Flansbaum. Get a second?
Second.
Second by somebody. I think it was Hal. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Anita, you want to read
No,
the
11:53.
notice? Okay.
Whereas Section 7B of the Senator Byron M. Bear Open Public Meetings Act permits exclusion of the public from a meeting under circumstances, and whereas this Industrial Commission of the Township of Lakewood is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist. Now therefore be it resolved by the Industrial Commission of the Township of Lakewood in the County of Ocean as follows. The public shall be excluded from discussion of private and confidential matters involving any of the 9 exclusions as set forth in Section 7B of said law and as hereinafter specified. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is as follows. Contract negotiations and litigation. It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter will be made public only when the reasons for discussing and acting on them in closed session no longer exists. Said determination to be made by further resolution adopted by the Industrial Commission, and this resolution shall take effect immediately. Time here is 11:54 a.m.
Okay. So I'm enabling the breakout sessions. Hold on. I see Tommy just showed up, so let me go and add him. And Shlomo. Okay. And I'm going to start the breakout session, so hopefully everybody's there. Okay. Motion, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.